When you're the seater, you're going to be standing right here behind the host. The host will call up a table and you'll make sure to grab up the correct amount of menus for the table that they just called up. When they come up, you can tell them to all follow you. Say phrases like, you can all follow me, you ladies and gentlemen can follow me. Avoid phrases such as, you all, yous, or you guys can all follow me, because they are inappropriate and we like to stay formal. So when walking residents, make sure to always stay friendly, keep a smile, and walk at their speed. You don't want to run too far in front of them. So usually you need to walk pretty slow. You'll walk them to their table. Alright, when you arrive to the table, you can put the menu down at seat 1, which is usually where the salt and pepper are facing, and you'll pull the chair out for the first lady that comes, and then you'll have her sit there. And then you place the rest of the menus down. Like that. When a resident has a walker or a scooter, you take the walker or the scooter to the host stand unless you are under 16 years old. If you're under 16 years old, you cannot drive the scooter and you'll have to grab someone that is able to. But once you take the scooter, you go up to the host stand and you grab what we call a parking tag. It looks like this. And you will write the table number and the seat number of the resident whose walker you just took, and then you simply park it in the designated parking area for scooter and walkers into your restaurant.
So when you're a busser at the beginning of the shift or during the shift when there's nothing to bus, you can go around and pre-bus some tables. You want to make sure you have a tray in hand. Go up to the resident from the right side, because you always remove from the right, and use a phrase like, may I clear this plate out of your way?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. And then stack it on like that. As a busser, it's your job to clear and reset tables once residents leave the restaurant. If you have a smaller table, then you can grab a small tray like this, place it on the table, collect all of the dishes. You can stack dishes that are similar to save space, and then collect the placemats and put them in the dirty bin wherever your restaurant keeps that, and take the dishes back to utility. When bussing big tables or multiple tables at once, you want a big tray and a tray jack. So here we're going to be bussing a 4-top and a 2-top at the same time. First, I like to get the glasses and line them up on the side closest to you. And then I'm going to grab the entree plates and also put them close, because you want to keep the majority of the weight on your shoulder when you lift up the tray to make it easier to carry and balance. Always make sure to stack similar dishes to save room on your tray. Then you collect the placemats, carry this tray back to utility, and then reset the table. When carrying a big tray, you can either curl it if you're strong enough, or if you're not, you can squat down a little bit, slide it onto your shoulder, and stand up like that. You want to make sure your hand is on the center of the tray, and you keep most of the weight on your shoulder, leaving your other hand free, so that way you can carry the tray jack. When bussing wine glasses, it's important not to stand them straight up because they have a tendency to fall and break. So what you're going to do is lay down the empty wine glasses like this, and then put the cups around it like so that way they don't roll all over the place and they'll stay in place.
So as a busser, once you bus your table and bring the tray back to utility, it is your job to also reset that table. So make sure you grab a spray and a rag and placemats and new roll-ups to put on the table. So I'm going to put these new roll-ups and placemats there. You can also place the salt and pepper somewhere so that they don't get sprayed. When wiping the table down, make sure you spray into your rag and not the table so that you don't hit a resident with any spray. And then when you're spraying and wiping the table down, go like this, back and forth, not in a circular motion because you won't get the dirt off the table if you go in a circle. And then go like this. And then pull out the chair. Make sure there's no crumbs or food on the chair or any sort of liquid. Also do that to the booth. Just make sure there's nothing on there so that the resident can sit in a clean spot. And then you can place the salt and pepper back. Salt and pepper should be facing seat 1. The sugar should be on the right as well as the salt. And then the pink sugar should be on the left as well as the pepper on the left facing seat 1. And then you can put the new placemats down and place the roll-ups on top of the placemats. And then you're done.
So when you're running, it's important to always wear gloves and a hairnet. You want to make sure all of your hair is covered with the hairnet. That way none falls into the resident's food. So back in Expo, the kitchen will set up the tray to look like this. Every tray will have this white line right here indicating where seat 1 is. Seat 1 will be right above it. And then the seat numbers follow clockwise. So this will be seat 1, this is seat 2, and this is seat 3. It is always important to read the Expo screen to make sure they're not missing anything before you go out. If there's anything like a burger or fries, you want to make sure that they're getting ketchup with their order. And if you have a tougher meat like steak or a pork chop, you want to grab a steak knife and put it on the plate for the resident. When the tray is ready to be taken out to the table, the person on Expo will tell you the table number. So again, you pick up the tray, hand on the center, place it on your shoulder. You want it out to the side, not out in front where you'll lose balance, but off to the side here. And then you use your other hand to pick up the tray jack and deliver it to the table that they assigned. Once you arrive at the table, you will place the tray jack down with the big tray on top. Starting with seat 1, you'll grab the plate by the corner, that way your hand doesn't get in any of their food, and walk around to the left side. That way you're serving from the left. You'll place the food down, announcing what you gave to them so they know. And if there's any dirty plates, you clear them out of your way now. Remembering to remove from the right. Grab this, say, may I take this out of your way, or may I clear this dish for you? And you'll put that back on your tray and proceed to deliver the rest of the meals. Once all of the meals are handed out and the dirty dishes are taken off of the table, then you want to ask if there's anything else that you can get for them. That way, if something was forgotten in the kitchen, you can go correct that. And it also helps their server out if they're busy or need something. So always just make sure to ask before you leave.